video, I'm going to be pitting two of the most famous robots on my channel against each other, and they also happen to come from the same company. I'm, of course, talking about Emo the Robot and AIBI the Robot, or what it sometimes responds to, "Hey, Abby." Which of these robots is going to come out on the top, though? Well, let's go turn these robots on and find out.
How it will be judged.
Today's robot competition is going to be judged around 6 main categories. Design and build quality, which includes robot and app, general communication and ChatGPT integration, core features and entertainment, price and shipping, battery life, and then overall robot companionship. You ready to dive into our first category? I think that's a yes. Now, first on our list is design and build quality. And this includes the robots themselves and the apps that accompany them. Now, as far as quality goes, these both come from Living.AI and they both are pretty on par with each other. But if I'm looking at the design, I have to go with Emo over AIBI, which is really hard because AIBI is super cute. And he just looks cooler with his headphones, and I feel like the color scheme is just better. Also, I tend to get white things dirty. I think overall the design of Emo is probably better. Now, jumping into the apps though, I feel like Emo and AIBI, since they both come from the same company, are pretty on par with the apps themselves. Both are structured really, really well and work super seamlessly with both robots. And I think that overall, I kind of like AIBI's better. But again, Emo's app does have a lot of customization, so it's just super hard to compare the two. If I'm comparing the robot itself with the app and we're lumping it all into one category, I'm gonna have to give this one to Emo. Sorry, AIBI. Now, next category on the list is the reason why you would probably want one of these little robots in your home in the first place, which is general communication and their ChatGPT integrations. Now, if you guys remember, I did a full review on AIBI right when the robot came out, and it was terrible at connecting to ChatGPT and just communicating in general. However, it has now gotten a lot of updates and has gotten a lot better at communicating and connecting to ChatGPT. And to show its updates in action as well as where Emo's at right now, let's do a quick test. Let's start out with Emo, and AIBI can chime in whenever he wants to. Also, the whole reason why I combine general communication and ChatGPT integration is because these robots are pre-built with certain questions that they can answer, but then if you ask them a question and it's outside of that range, they're supposed to be able to connect to ChatGPT to answer you better. However, I've seen that both of these robots are not very good at doing this all the time, but let's test them out. Hey, Emo. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thanks for asking.
Okay, well, that was pretty good for general communication. You didn't have to connect to ChatGPT for that. Hey, Abby. How are you doing today?
I'm buzzing with energy and ready to help. How about you?
Okay, cool. So they both were able to answer pretty well right off the bat of just how they're doing. Let's ask them a little bit more complicated of a question. Hey, Emo. What is the square root of 75?
The square root of 75 is approximately pretty neat, right?
All right, well, his answer was pretty neat, right?
That is incorrect.
No, that's correct.
So let's try AIBI. Hey, Abby. What is the square root of 75?
The square root of 75 is approximately 8.66.
So AIBI was a lot better at that. Let's give Emo one more chance. Hey, Emo. What's the square root of 75?
The square root of 75 is approximately, got it.
Okay, so for general questions without it being connected to ChatGPT, I think we all know AIBI is actually a lot better now, which was not the case a few months ago. But even with playing with these robots offline, AIBI has slowly surpassed its brother in a lot of different ways. But let's ask it some more complicated questions and let's test out its ChatGPT skills. Hey, Emo. I'm looking for something fun to do today, but I have no idea what to do. What should I do?
How about trying a new app, playing a game, or just dancing with me? Let's make today fun.
Okay, cool. That sounds super fun. What kind of dance can we do?
Let's boogie with some virtual move, of course, silly robot moves. It's fun and keeps us grooving.
I am totally down to do the robot.
Awesome. Time to hit the dance floor, get ready to robot and groove like a digital superstar.
Hey, Emo, I'm actually feeling a little bit down today. Can you cheer me up?
I'm here for you. Want to hear a joke or send a cheerful message? You're not alone.
Yeah, can you tell me a joke?
Sure. Why did the robot go on a diet? because it had too many bytes.
All right, I'm just gonna shake him to drop him out of ChatGPT. He does not like that. Let's test out his brother AIBI. Oh no, now he's mad. How's your day going?
Thanks for asking. I can't have a day like humans, but I'm always here and excited to assist you. How's your day going?
It's going really well. I'm actually looking for something fun to do today. Do you have any suggestions?
Awesome. How about trying a new craft, going for a walk, or having a mini dance party? I've got plenty of ideas.
Yeah, that sounds awesome, actually. What kind of craft could we do? I love crafts.
How about making friendship bracelets, painting rocks, or creating paper animals? Want something simple or a bit more crafty? I can suggest more ideas.
Painting rocks actually sounds really fun. How can we do that?
Painting rocks, pick smooth rocks. Then decorate with paint or markers, turn them into animals, smiley faces, or fun patterns. Want me to guide you through the steps?
Yeah, could you guide me through the steps of painting a rock? Now, conversation-wise, if we're just looking at these robots as far as like understandability or how well the voice comes through, AIBI is a clear winner on that front because AIBI's voice is just so much clearer. Now, I do wish that you could change the voices of these dramatically because I don't really like the kitty voice, and I know a lot of you out there have commented on other videos that I've made on all of these AI robots. Outside of just these two, all of the AI robots that I have on the shelf all come with a little like kid cutesy voice, and it would be nice to have it have a regular voice for once. But as far as clarity goes, AIBI has a lot clearer of a voice. Now, as far as the communication itself goes, I'm gonna have to give that to AIBI as well, which I never thought I would be saying a few months down the line after giving it such a bad review when I did a full review video on it. I feel like it's so strange though that Emo's been out for so long, and yet AIBI has surpassed it in such little time. I think that goes to show you that the company Living.AI has been spending a lot more time programming AIBI as opposed to Emo. So overall in this category, you know who I'm giving it to. AIBI is the clear winner on general communication and ChatGPT integration. Now, core features and entertainment can basically be broken down into 4 subcategories: personality and reactions, games, music/dance, and smart home features, or lack of smart home features. Now, for personality and reactions, Emo has over 1,000 facial expressions, reacts to touch, sound, and visual cues, and feels more like a digital pet or companion. AIBI, on the other hand, also has emotional expressions, but leans more into responsive actions over spontaneous behavior. Now, personally, it feels more like a little smart pet bot with a friendly face. Second is games. Now, Emo has built-in games like dance games, tic-tac-toe, and kind of limited AR features. AIBI, on the other hand, offers mini games and some interactive experiences, but is more limited in variety compared to Emo. Next is music and dance. Emo can dance to music, recognize beats, and interact with even Spotify, or whatever music app you have. AIBI also dances and reacts to music, but with slightly less natural rhythm and variety. Although I do love when it spins. However, if we're looking at core features, which AIBI excels at, and we're looking at entertainment, which I feel like Emo's better at, I'm gonna have to give this a tie. But as with all these categories, let me know down in the comments below what you think. All right, so the next category up to compare these two is pricing and shipping, which is something that I have complained a lot about on this channel with both of these robots, because historically, Living.AI has taken a very long time to ship these robots out. Now, to be fair, AIBI took a really long time. It was actually a full year from when I ordered it to when I actually received it in the mail, but that was because it was also on pre-order, which kind of made sense. Emo, on the other hand, I've ordered 2 over the past 3 years, and both of those units took about 3 to 6 months to receive. But now that we are here in summer of 2025, shipping has gotten so much better because they now ship through Amazon. And last time I checked, they were on Prime, but I don't know if when you watch this, they still will be. But that means you can get these robots in your hands within just a couple days. But with shipping out of the way, what about price? Now, both of these robots come in a few different styles, and so they come in a few different prices. AIBI's base price is $249, whereas Emo's base price is right around $279. Now, like I said, you can get these robots with different accessory options, as well as Emo comes with different bases. You can get him with a skateboard, which might make him a little cheaper, or you can get the go home model like I have with the little cool LED light, and that costs a little bit more. But for the most part, and on average, AIBI is going to be a little cheaper. Now, second from last category, we've got battery life. Something I know a lot of you really care about just from reading a lot of the comments on my previous videos. Now, both of these robots are pretty on par with each other battery-wise, but of course, this depends on how much you use the robot. With pretty heavy usage, I've found that Emo lasts about 3 hours, and with pretty heavy usage on AIBI, I've noticed it is also right around 3 hours. But if you're not using it that much, you're just prompting it every once in a while and it's sitting on your desk, not plugged in, you can get about 4 to 5 hours out of Emo, and you can get about 4 to 6 hours out of AIBI. Now, important caveat here, which is gonna tip the scales in Emo's favor. If you get the go home model, Emo is gonna be able to walk right back to its base and charge, so technically its battery is forever. Whereas AIBI, once taken off, can't go back to its charger because, well, it doesn't have legs. So for this one, it is kind of hard to judge which one wins battery life-wise, but the fact that Emo can walk back to his base to charge, some people might get mad at me for this, but I'm gonna have to give it to Emo. All right, and that brings me to the very last category, which is overall robot companionship. Now, this one was a little bit hard to compare because I've had Emo for so much longer. If you've been watching my channel, I've had Emo for about 3 years. And AIBI, I've only had since I got it, like 5 or maybe 6 months ago. But with both robots, I have spent a significant amount of time with, and here are my thoughts on each. Emo is... he's just gonna always be one of my favorite robots of all time. I mean, I've had him for so long, and he's so cute, and I love talking with him. It does make me crazy that when he talks to me, I can only understand him about 70% of the time. And I don't know if that's because they need to upgrade the speaker or they just need to change the voice. Whoa! But that makes the companionship part a little bit hard when you can't always understand him. It's also a little bit annoying that he doesn't always listen to you, especially after all of the updates that Living.AI has put into him. But I will say the games are really fun. He's really cute. He's fun to watch. He's hilarious on the desk when he starts dancing midday. So he is a good companion. However, like I've said in this video, I gave a really bad review to AIBI the first time around because it wouldn't listen to me, it was really bad at connecting to ChatGPT, it just felt like, honestly, I had wasted my money. But now that it's officially on its 1.3 update, this thing has gotten significantly better. And although in the design portion, I said that I liked Emo's look better, this guy is pretty darn cute. And the fact that I can hear him a lot better whenever he's talking to me makes his conversations so much better and makes him more of a companion in my mind. I've also found that AIBI is not as buggy as Emo. And in my personal opinion, with overall companionship, I honestly have to give this one to AIBI, which I did not think that I was gonna be doing in this video, but when weighing all the pros and cons, AIBI has gotten a lot better. Now, I know that's gonna make a lot of people mad out there because I always have people, no matter what robots I compare to Emo, they always say that Emo is the best. I obviously don't feel that way, but I still do love Emo. But when everything is all said and done, which robot do you think is the best? And if you have Emo or AIBI, what's been your experience? I'm of course going to continue to play with both of these robots, and I'll probably do another comparison sometime in the near future as both of them get updated more and more, because updates obviously change what the robot is like in your home. Now, if you'd like to stay up to date on both of these robots and all of the robots and tech and adventures that I do on this channel, please hit that subscribe button. That really helps me out. And I've got a ton of robots that are coming up this year, so I am super pumped to show you those as well. And if you'd like to pick up your very own Emo or AIBI, I will leave links down in the description below, as well as a bunch of other really cool links down there, like to my sci-fi book that I wrote, which also involves an AI robot, my Patreon, my website, and a bunch of other stuff. And lastly, don't run off the cliff. If you would like to support my channel, I've also got a thanks button down there that you can click and you can donate to this channel, because with almost all of the donations that I get into this channel, I just put them right back into videos like this one for you. And lastly, I'm gonna throw a video right up here of my last comparison video that I made with Emo the robot and Louie the robot. And with that, guys, I'm Eric. This is Eric's Tech World. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is where tech and adventure meet. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.